Hello, beautiful people. This is a quick, because I have a limited amount of time, flip through and sort of show and tell of my Peaceful Blooms inspiration bundles. All of the details for these will be in the description under this post, so please read through that if you want to know how to purchase and when to purchase one of these bundles. But all of the proceeds for the sale will be going to Care Australia, and they're a charitable organisation who are focusing their efforts on Afghanistan at the moment. So this is part of the fundraiser that I'm doing with a couple of other beautiful, talented women here on Instagram, and this is sort of my contribution. So I will also be paying for the postage as well. So you are just purchasing the bundle, and all of that will be donated to Care Australia. There will be 4 of these available, and as I said, everything will be in the description below. So I'm going to go through the inspiration bundle part, but there's also a journal as well. All right, so here we have pieces of ephemera. These are all original. So original calling cards, original collector's cards, and these are some of the Will's cigarette cards. So quite a few of those. They won't be exactly the same in each bundle, but that's how many of those small pieces that you will get. Because I have been collecting those for a while. So they're beautiful little pieces that you can slip into your journal, this journal or another journal. The lace aspect, this is a beautiful piece from a reclaimed tablecloth. This one was white, but I have tea stained that, and it's a beautiful raised design. I really love that for belly bands and tabs. This is a gorgeous old piece of lace that has its own natural patina, aged patina. Some of my favorite, I always forget what it's called, it drives me nuts. Anyway, Battenberg, I think it's called, yes. And I love that sort of hand sewn onto cards, tags, and journal covers. That's another very old piece of lace. This one it was a cream colour, it's vintage, so that's a rose. There's a rose there and a rose there. Beautiful for sort of little flip ups or pockets. I have coffee stained that just to bring out that floral pattern, and that's another little piece there. I've also included 4 of these little crochet medallions. They are wonderful for clusters, and also I have sewn them on as tabs in a journal. Of course, if you're using one that's already bound, permanent fabric glue and craft glue is your best friend. Another aspect is the ephemera. Now these are all pieces of vintage and antique wallpaper that I have used the Tim Holtz tag die cut for. So you get 8 large tags. I've not put anything on the, oops, there's some underneath sticking on. Okay, so you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, I think 9 large tags. You can tear them for collaging. I've not put anything on the back, so that you can choose how you decorate them or use them. And also the patterns will vary in the bundles, but they'll be roughly the same, and they also, I've tried to coordinate them in with the fabric, and there are 5 smaller ones here, so you've got different sizes, and again nothing on the backs, so you get to choose how you would like to use those. These were little pieces of ledger, and they look fantastic collaged on a page. That's from a French fashion magazine, so that will be slightly different obviously for each one. So I've also included 2 whole French receipts from the 1920s and 1930s. Same companies, but obviously stamps and wording will be slightly different. There's also another gorgeous antique French legal document. So you have your embossed stamp and your stamp from the 1890s. So each bundle will get that, and an original Belgian telegram from the 1950s. And that will have the same image at the bottom, but obviously different tape at the top there. So that is some of the original, that is the original ephemera with the little collector's cards that you will get in this bundle. And now moving on to fabric. So the fabric pieces are quite big enough to do large journals. They're all vintage, mostly Sanderson, okay, because he was, I think his company was really leading the way in terms of large floral prints. This is a very old faded piece, slightly smaller, because that's probably more of an antique one. This I think is the most modern one from the 80s. So that's the beautiful big blooms. So that is sort of the theme that I'm going with in this kit. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, I really like this. I always open it upside down. So you can see really nice big pieces of fabric for some really nice large journals. And of course you can do use them for pockets in this journal. But you've got quite a few big pieces. This is another quite old piece. You can sort of see that's the original color. It's not stained. That is the color. Okay, so piece de resistance. This is an antique book plate. I have cut it out of the, I have cut the edge off because the page was ginormous and I didn't want to fold it. But you still have enough so that you can frame it and pop that in your craft room if you wish. Each image is different in each of the bundles, but it's a similar sort of feel to it. Okay, so that's for this bundle, and I just thought I would share some of those. Now this is the journal. I've forgotten how many pages it has, but I can put that in the description, or if you're fast, you can count along. So, fabric covered, 2 signatures with really old mother of pearl buttons on the spine, and on the back here there is a pocket. This is an embroidered piece of silk, so that is the pocket there. And on the front there is a pocket as well. And as I was waiting for the glue, because I have glued this onto light cardstock, very flexible, so it will wrap around all your beautiful things, so there's no risk of gator mouth. But I decided to hand stitch the word peace at the top, and that's how I changed it to peaceful bundles. Peaceful blossoms, I should say. Getting so mixed up. Inside, oh, okay, so that is another tag. There's 10 large tags. I thought there was. So obviously I've tucked this in to show you that there's a lace belly band in the front and back cover, but I've actually used an embroidered placemat. Okay, so it's a fabric placemat, crocheted around the edge and embroidered, and that's what you can see sticking up around the edge there. I'm going to flip quickly because it's undecorated. So there's ledger there, blank ledger. These you can pull off or glue down. I've used my antique fabric printable. Each one has one of these beautiful doilies, and that's all cut work. And tea stained ledger. This is the French magazine, little cherub there. antique music paper, another printed page. I coffee stained a page, made it very grungy, but this is scanned, so the journal doesn't smell like coffee, but that will be in a future printable kit. An embroidery magazine from France, some more ledger, and going into the other side, tea stain paper, that's that grungy coffee stained. And so there's a huge amount of journaling space. I'm very proud of myself. You'll have to excuse my voice again. I still have sinus. It's the worst I've ever had. Okay, so going into the next signature, that's some more of that French fashion magazine. Some beautiful braille. It's like a craft paper. Another printed page. Some more ledger. Some more of that embroidery magazine. So I've sort of tried to use different papers. This is an original folded French envelope, so each journal will have one of those in it, and this is the middle of the next signature. I have slightly changed all of the pages around in each journal rather than copying this exactly, but you will get these pages, obviously not that exact page from the magazines, but very similar. And we've got our belly band in the back. So that is the journal. I don't know if anyone counted how many pages, but all of the information on my sale will be in the description of this video. So please check that out so that you know how I am selling these. They will be on Instagram, not through my Etsy, which is a bit different. So yes, thanks for watching. Bye.